I cook lasagna on the grill. Oh, let me tell you. You want some amazing lasagna, put it on the grill. Oh, hey guys. I was just checking the temperature on my meat real quick here. It says it's only at 94 degrees. Oh, wait. Here, let me show you. See? Grill temperature is 424 and the food temperature is 98 degrees. And the cool part is I can set my temperature. Let's see. Set. Perfect. Confirm. Oh, look at that. See that number? The number in green is my target temperature. The food temperature, 105 degrees, that's where it's at right now. But wait, how do I know what temperature my meat is? How do I know what temperature the grill is? I have a Green Mountain grill. This is the Daniel Boone edition. We got it with Wi-Fi because as much running around as I do out here, I have burned countless steaks. And Eric hates his meat cooked raw, which I don't mind it being bloody and juicy, but he doesn't like it pink. So I have to cook it just right. And it's really hard to do out here when I'm chasing kids, I'm chasing chickens, I'm chasing horses that are running loose. So you really didn't believe me when I say that I spend a good portion of my day collecting animals that had escaped. And Desi is small enough that she can just wiggle right underneath that single strand fencing right there. It doesn't work. So this is pretty nice. Over here, you can control it. Not that you can read it very clearly, that's the biggest drawback, is it says 424 right there. And you can control the temperature here and here, and then that's the food button. Power button, but we never turn it off. We always leave it on. And this is the food probe. It comes in here, and then you just stab it right into your food. This, my friends, is a pellet grill. Now, I have zero experience with pellet grills. All I've ever used is propane and charcoal. And for all of my adult life, I've had a grill, and I've always been the main griller, which seems bizarre, but I am the woman of the house, and I cook all the food, which includes the grilling. So, I have to be a master griller, and I like my food to be delicious. So, this pellet grill has been awesome, because it has a nice smoky flavor. It's a little bit more like cooking in a smoker, but not quite. You can choose to have direct heat or indirect heat. My biggest complaint about it is that it doesn't cook everything quite the way you'd expect. I cook literally everything on the grill. I cook lasagna on the grill. Oh, let me tell you. You want some amazing lasagna, put it on the grill. I would recommend using a metal pan as opposed to a glass pan because, I don't know, glass can sometimes break if you get the heat in the wrong spot. Lasagna on the grill tastes like it came from an Italian restaurant. It is so amazing, so you have to try it. Bread on the grill, not so good. The biggest drawback I see to this grill is that I don't know, it doesn't circulate the air around quite so well, so things on the top tend to not be done as well. I've always cooked everything on propane grills. Bread, cakes, pies. Okay, well maybe not cake, pies. Yes, I grill pies because it uses less heat in the house when you're turning on the oven. The pellet grill seems to have an issue getting the top to be done. Obviously with meat, you can flip it. Bread, you can't really flip over. Well, maybe you could, I guess. I don't know. So we'll just kind of keep experimenting with that. Pizza would probably be really good on it. The drawback to corn on the cob is that normally I would grill corn on the cob with a little bit of the husk left on it. It seemed to really have a hard time cooking when I did that this time on the pellet grill. So I think next time I will probably take the husk off the corn and try grilling it that way. I think maybe it will cook up a little bit better. Another drawback was brats on the grill. I cooked them at 400 degrees and it was about, I don't don't know, 15 minutes, and the skin came out a little bit tough and a little bit chewy. So, I don't know, normally on a regular grill it'd be a little crispy and delicious, but this was a little chewy. I mean, it was still good, but it was just a little bit chewy. So that's another drawback. Venison roast, that was amazing. I wrapped a venison roast in bacon, and then I slow cooked it on the grill, I think like maybe 300 degrees. I had the meat probe in, and I think I probed it for 165, and that came out perfect. That was awesome. It does go through a lot of pellets. Probably about equivalent to going through a tank of propane. We buy our pellets online. Actually, I think it was Home Depot. Had them on sale for like $18 a bag. That's dirt cheap. I have read that you can use wood stove pellets in these grills, but you have to get the right kind. So you can do a little research on that too. But let me check my meat and see where we're at. 141. And it'll have a little beeper that goes off and lets me know when my meat's up to temperature, which is nice. Now, to end, I would like to point out that you can hook this up to your home network. There's a way that you can hook it up so that you can be at work, at the store, anywhere, and still check on your meat. So if you're slow cooking something, you can check the temperature, you can see the temperature of the grill. The only thing you can't do is add more pellets. And that's another drawback, is it has a small hopper, and the alarm goes off, and it's super loud. But it has to be, because it can't run out of pellets or you can damage the machine. Another drawback is do not leave it uncovered when you're not using it, because if it rains and you have it by your roof, which most people do, actually this is probably, based on fire codes, way too close to the house, but that's where Eric stuck it. So if you get rain in it, it will basically melt your pellets and it will turn them into cement inside your unit, and that's not good. It's a pain in the butt. You're gonna have to get a shop vac, vacuum it out, scrape it out, just put the cover back on. The other thing, if you accidentally turn the grill on and the cover's on, the cover will survive. If you catch it in time. I had that happen the first week or two using it. Eric put the cover on it and I didn't realize he covered it, because last time I looked at it, it was uncovered. And I go out to put my meat on and I'm like, oh my gosh, so crap. It was really hot. It didn't melt through, it didn't burn, but it was super hot. So you have a little bit of time flexibility before that thing catches fire, I'm gonna guess. And lastly, with any pellet grill, you have the drawback of having to be plugged in. You can't really get around that because it needs electricity to run the auger unit. So, I mean, I really don't like having to run electrical, but it is what it is. So, that is our Green Mountain Grill. And this is a non-paid review, non-compensated. I'm just doing the review because I think all the other reviews out there are compensated and I think they're slanted. So this is an honest review. Have a farm-tastic night. Alright, if your neighbors didn't already hate you, they're going to be chucking grenades over the fence, because this is a lovely sound you hear when it runs low on pellets and it doesn't stop. And let's see. Now it stopped momentarily because I opened the lid, but just give it a second. You can see smoke's coming up out of there. Then it'll turn back on in just a minute. Just wait, give it a second. It doesn't have the option to send you the alert to your phone, so it can be sitting here screaming and you could be working in the office hoping that your pork roast is going to be delicious and done by the time you go home, only to discover that your grill has run itself out of pellets. It doesn't send alerts to your phone. At least I've never gotten one. It seems like that should be a default issue, so Green Mountain Grills, listen up. You need to change your software so that it will send an alert to your phone when it's low on pellets. So you can call someone up and say, hey, you need to go run some pellets into that grill quick, because it does get damaged if it runs out of pellets.